Here we have to find the simplified difference quotient for the function given. So this is 1 over x squared. So we'll start with finding f of x plus h. Everywhere we see x in our function f of x, we'll plug in x plus h. So instead of 1 over x squared, this is 1 over x plus h squared. So there's f of x plus h. Now we'll subtract f of x itself, which is just 1 over x squared. So we've got f of x plus h minus f of x, and then this whole thing's over h. All right, so this is, you can call this a complex fraction where either the numerator and or the denominator, in this case just the numerator, of a fraction is got terms that are also fractions. So we've got fractions in the numerator's place, and then we've got h in the denominator's place. So next way you want to handle an expression like this is we'll combine the two terms in the top into a single expression, or I should say a single term. So we've got two terms. They are both fractions. We need a common denominator. The thing is shared between x plus h squared and x squared. So to get the common denominator, we'll just multiply them together. So the common denominator is going to be x squared times x plus h squared. Now to make this first term in the numerator have the common denominator, it's missing a factor of x squared. So we're going to multiply x squared top and bottom, and that'll give us x squared in the numerator here. And then when we subtract, the second term was just x squared, so it was missing an x plus h squared. So we can multiply top and bottom by x plus h squared. And in that case, it's just going to be a minus 1 times that x plus h squared. So here we have the two terms in the numerator of our difference quotient here combined into a single term. So these two fractions got added together, or rather it's a difference, so we combine them with a common denominator. So they're both still over h. All right, so next up, I guess we could go a couple different ways. Maybe it's easy enough to just deal with this h. So if you look at it again, the numerator is a fraction. So we got a over b is its form, and then we're dividing that quantity by c. So if we consider what it means to divide, we get a over b divided by c. We can rewrite this expression like this. And when you're dividing by something, you can always multiply by its reciprocal. So dividing by c is the same as multiplying by 1 over c. And the reason why that's helpful is because in the case of our expression up here, we've got, this is our a over b. We've got this fraction in the numerator's place. This is being divided by h. So instead of dividing it by h, I can just multiply it by 1 over h. And that just makes it a little easier to visualize what we're doing here. Right, if I divide this by h, I can multiply it by 1 over h, which really just means I want to have an additional factor of h down below. Right, so here's our difference quotient. Now, as far as getting it simplified, we can expand our binomial here if we're going to combine like terms. So we got this x plus h being squared. So this is x squared minus, if we multiply x plus h times itself, we get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And then we're still over this common denominator that we had made earlier with this factor of h here down below. All right, now we'll combine like terms. So if we look at this, we're going to have x squared and then a minus x squared, so that'll cancel. We've got a minus 2xh, and then we've got a minus, oops, I wrote this a little weird. It should look like this. There we go, it's supposed to h squared. Okay, so we got minus 2xh, and then we've got minus h squared, and we distribute that negative all over our denominator. And now we have two terms in the numerator's place, both of which have h, so we could factor that h out. It's going to leave us with minus 2x in the first term, minus h in the second term here. And that's suitable for canceling out that factor of h in the denominator that we need to get rid of if we're going to simplify this difference quotient. So you got this h and this h here will cancel out as a factor of 1, and then we're left with our answer here is the simplified difference quotient. We won't need those parentheses at this point. But this looks good as an answer. So hopefully you found that helpful. Thanks. Bye.